Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard, the trial. Amber Heard, what is she? Part 10. Hello, I'm HG Tudor. Please do ensure that you like this video before continuing any further. Also, ensure that people are directed to this analysis so they actually understand what she is, rather than forming ill-evaluated versions of what Amber Heard actually is. We now, in Part 10, look at her various relationships, which give us particular insight into what she is. First of all, addressing her sexuality. Heard publicly came out in 2010, but has stated, "I don't label myself one way or another. I have had successful relationships with men, and now a woman. I love who I love. It's the person that matters." Now, of course, just because somebody identifies as bisexual doesn't mean that they are a narcissist, but sexual fluidity is common with narcissists because it's all about the need to assert control, and essentially, whether it's man, woman, vegetable or mineral, the point is to assert control over an individual for the purpose of getting to prime aims. And if that means that sex is used both in a heterosexual or a homosexual way, that doesn't matter to certain narcissists, particularly those of the somatic and elite ilk, because it's all about getting to the prime aims. Whilst there are those that talk about being gay for the stay, talking about prison, or gay for pay, in a way, with the narcissism, it's gay for the prime aims. And although that doesn't rhyme, that's essentially what's going on. The narcissist is a chameleon. We shapeshift. We become the corporate guru and then the family man. We become the avid sports enthusiast, and then we're interested in chess. We are the joker of the pack, and then we are the serious friend who gives you a shoulder to cry on. Dependent on circumstances and the type of narcissist you're dealing with, the narcissist becomes all things to all people in order to assert control over them through mirroring, compartmentalization, and mimicry. With sex, as you know, it's a major weapon of seduction. And if you have not already done so, you really ought to access my book, Sex and the Narcissist. Here, the fact that Heard is bisexual is an indicator of potential narcissism. Her comments as well about "I don't label myself" are part of facade management, but in effect they're an abrogation of responsibility and accountability. You don't pin a label to me. Of course, if this was being said by somebody who was not a narcissist, it's quite appropriate for someone to say, "I don't like the use of labels." But if she is a narcissist, her use of this wording is rejecting accountability. In 2018, Heard revealed that she had been warned not to come out as bisexual, as it could never negatively impact her career. Heard was in a relationship with photographer Tasia Van Ree from 2008 to 2012. In 2009, Heard was arrested in Washington state for misdemeanor domestic violence after allegedly grabbing Van Ree and hitting her arm, but was never charged. Physical assertion of control, heated ignited fury. The arrest only became public knowledge during Heard's divorce proceedings from Johnny Depp in 2016, after which Van Ree issued a statement that Heard had been wrongfully accused and that the incident had been misinterpreted and over-sensationalized. That may be accurate, or it might be that, out of a sense of loyalty, Van Ree declares it as such to support Heard with regard to the libel action that she was experiencing. The fact is, there was an altercation and an arrest took place, so there was sufficient for action to be taken, which suggests that there was some form of physical assault, and that suggests furthermore that there may well have been the application of heated ignited fury and the direct assertion of control through physical violence. The pair of them dated from 2008 to 2012, and when they were together, Heard came out as bisexual. At GLAAD, GLAAD's 25th anniversary event in 2010, she said, "I don't label myself one way or another." When asked why she decided to officially come out, Heard said she wanted to use her platform and fame to be a good role model. Facade management. "I think when I became aware of my role in the media, I had to ask myself an important question. Am I part of the problem? And I think that when millions and millions of hard-working, tax-paying Americans are denied their rights and denied their equality, you have to ask yourself, what are the factors that are an epidemic problem? And that's what this is." That appears to demonstrate some degree of cognitive empathy, if she is a narcissist, and may well also hint at facade management. Tasia, who gained notoriety for taking black and white photographs of celebrities, eventually called it quits with Amber, but not before getting her name tattooed on her body. Heard started dating tech billionaire Elon Musk in 2017, and we'll have more of him in a moment. And the pair were on and off for almost a year. That suggests the potential for a shelving dynamic, picking up and putting down, part of the dynamic between narcissist and intimate partner secondary source. They spent a lot of time together while Heard was shooting a movie in Australia amid her messy divorce. In a 2020 court case involving Depp, text messages sent on May 22, 2016, between Heard and Musk were read out. The message came one day after an alleged domestic violence dispute involving Depp, and Heard told Musk she wanted a restraining order against her ex-husband. This potentially is the assertion of control both directly over Musk and indirectly over Depp by wanting a restraining order. In the text, Musk offered her 24/7 security, adding, "The offer would stand even if you never wanted to see me again. Anyway, sorry for being an idiot. The radio silence hurts a lot. It only matters because I really like you." This suggests that the radio silence that was coming from Heard is part of the shelving dynamic that will be a mix of the occasional silent treatment, where perhaps Musk tried to get in contact with her and she did not respond, and then him remaining on the shelf and perhaps interpreting that as an extended period of radio silence. Heard was also linked to British model Cara Delevingne in 2016 amid her messy divorce from Depp. It was first reported in September by The Sun on Sunday that the pair were getting close while Heard was in London shooting a movie. They'd been seen at a hotel lots and were always very giggly and thick as thieves, out until the early hours, a source reported. In October, they were spotted grabbing a coffee and were photographed in December leaving Rihanna's party together. Neither confirmed that there was a rumoured romance between the two, but it's quite possible again that there was a romantic involvement and again of a gay nature, underlining the bisexuality that Heard identifies. This supports the sexual fluidity and, of course, a brief, but if there was a romantic relationship, a brief and transient one, which is another hallmark of certain narcissists. Heard started dating art dealer Vito Schnabel in May 2018. The pair were spotted out and about in New York City the following month and were described as being very loved up. However, they called it off after less than a year of dating. Apparently, the split was described because of long distance. A short relationship, and of course, long distance may have played a part in that, or that was basically what it was attributed to, but other behaviours which neither party wished to speak of. Of course, long distance can be problematic for a narcissist, because if the narcissist wants to assert further control over the relevant appliance, they struggle to do so because of the fact of distance. And that might be a reason why that individual doesn't make the step up to become intimate partner primary source, or if they did become that, they're disengaged from. Heard also sparked romance rumours with Bianca Butti in January 2020. They were apparently seen making out outside a hotel in Palm Springs, California, and were later spotting the 2020 Women's March in Los Angeles. The pair held hands and smiled as they walked around the event. They apparently went off on a romantic Valentine's Day vacation in February 2021 and were spotted returning to Los Angeles airport together. Again, another relationship which adds up to the dynamic of potentially lots of romantic, intimate partners. Though apparently there was a rumoured affair between Heard and actor Austin Nichols, who starred in the movie The Informers. There was meant to be an affair between the two of them during the filming of the movie. And this is back in 2007. There's been no denial. And again, this might point to another romantic relationship. Furthermore, the Heard was in the film Don't Back Down with Sean Faris, and they dated for just around a year, and she moved up the ranks thereafter, it was reported, but another romantic liaison. Crispin Glover, who played the elder Marty McFly in Back to the Future, also dated Heard for a period of time, and it appears that that also overlapped with others that she was dating at the time, back in 2007. This also suggests that there might be the juggling of intimate partner secondary sources, which is common among certain narcissists, and again the fact that we have yet another intimate partner. Returning to the question of Musk and Heard, they met on the site of the 2013 Robert Rodriguez film Machete Kills, in which Heard starred and Musk made a cameo. Musk insisted the pair were nothing more than friends until Heard's divorce from Depp and Musk's divorce from his then-wife, Tallulah Riley, were both finalised in 2016. Apparently, he then started pursuing her romantically in April 2017, but she was described as playing hard to get for a while, which made him all the more interested. Her withdrawing in that way is also a common narcissistic dynamic. Later, in April 2017, she posted a photograph of herself with Musk with a cheeky lipstick mark on his face. Apparently, the Tesla founder was reportedly attracted to her edginess, and that she wasn't frightened about being different. That, of course, the edginess may well be demonstrative of certain narcissistic traits of pride, vanity, the exhibition of her self-entitlement. It was reported that he stated she doesn't get easily intimidated, she's very focused and loves to learn. Rumours appeared in August 2017 that the pair's year-long romance had then ended. Musk confirmed the speculation shortly afterwards, telling fans the breakup was amicable. He explained that the split was largely due to their schedules, sharing at the time. Long-distance relationships with both partners have intense work obligations, are always difficult, but who knows what the future holds. They apparently gave the relationship another shot at the end of 2017, as they spent the holiday season visiting Easter Island, and they were seen holding hands in Los Angeles in the new year. But by February 2018, Musk and Heard split for good. That Musk had made the decision to end things, and Heard agreed that the relationship had run its course. It was described that the timing just wasn't right, but they still cared about one another. Of course, this on-off is demonstrative of the dynamic that occurs with the narcissist, and, of course, is evidence of another type of intimate partner. It, of course, was alleged that whilst she was with Depp, she was actually having affairs with Musk and Franco. Musk has denied this, and in the trial, Depp's team have showed footage to the jury of the actress having late-night meetings with Elon Musk and James Franco. It would appear that Musk and Franco can't be compelled and are likely to be no-shows. It does appear, however, that the two individuals were having some kind of interaction with Heard when she was still married to Depp, which supports infidelity, which is common amongst narcissists, evidencing a sense of entitlement, the need to assert control using intimate relations, a lack of emotional empathy for the person that's being cheated on. There are moments in the elevator footage where Heard doesn't have clothes on and she's only covered with a blanket. She shows physical affection to Musk and does the same with Franco, albeit mildly. This evidence does tend to support that she was unfaithful to Depp, and consequently, that supports the allegations of infidelity. Franco, of course, was one of the people that Heard confided in when it came to their marital problems between her and Depp. When Heard testified in Depp's libel case against The Sun, she accused her ex-husband of domestic abuse and relayed an incident to the court where Franco had asked her about alleged bruises. Heard said that the 127 hours actor visited her at a penthouse she once shared with Depp and demanded to know why she looked different. "We were talking," Heard said in court at that time. "He was saying to me, 'Oh my God, what happened to you?' He saw my face. When I let him in, he saw my face and said, 'What the fuck?'" She alleged that she acquired the bruises when Depp threw a phone at her. Depp, of course, denies that that was the case, that he physically abused her, and maintains that she had an affair with James Franco. Certainly, the fact that he reacted in the way to the allegations that he saw bruising shows that it was a close relationship, and may also support, of course, that there is this notion of infidelity that took place, something which is common amongst narcissists. The evidence builds yet again. In part 11, we're going to examine the fact that she describes herself as a fiercely independent woman. We're going to briefly touch upon the telephone recordings and evidence that has come from their publicity agent, which again continues to paint a picture. Join me in part 11.